A new housing development has been proposed off of Highway 195, but critics say they have some safety concerns.
More shots in more arms. How Idaho is expanding its vaccine eligibility.
Tracking scattered rain and snow showers, even the possibility of an isolated thunderstorm this evening. But I've also got sunshine in your forecast. I'll tell you when that arrives next.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM News at 6. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Tom Sherry. Whitney is off tonight. Well, the Spokane housing market is just booming, with real estate agents saying this is the most competitive time ever to buy a house.
Developers want to build more homes, but a 98-acre proposal for a new city center, additional homes, and more commercial properties is causing the Washington State Department of Transportation to concern. Our Morgan Trow spoke with the city and the state on why some fear a Latah Valley development may cause more problems than planned.
The city of Spokane has two major infrastructure problems: a housing shortage and an overpopulated highway. A development company wants to tackle the issue of the city's growth, but the Department of Transportation says adding more construction off of US 195 will only worsen traffic safety concerns. In the past decade, the Washington State Department of Transportation says 5 people died while traveling from US 195 to I-90, with 9 others being seriously injured.
The way that was configured wasn't designed for all that development.
DOT Regional Administrator Mike Gribner says the corridor wasn't supposed to accommodate as much infrastructure as what we have now. He says adding more traffic near an established problem zone is asking for trouble. So if the 5-mile stretch of road is a major issue that has caused numerous deaths and injuries, why haven't we fixed it?
It's a very expensive solution, $300 to $400 million, probably in that price range. Would that be our first priority for an expenditure to finish out the development down there?
City Council member Candace Mum says the DOT has been raising red flags about safety issues for years now. She says that there are a multitude of issues the city must take into consideration regarding the proposed development in Latah Valley: safety, economic, and environmental impacts.
It's all kind of coming together now, which is why we need a sub-area plan. We need to get everyone at the table and figure out how we're going to grow the area.
According to the proposal, the developer Harley Douglas wants to create a new district center, more homes, and additional commercial establishments.
Again, we know there's a need to get the housing done. We certainly are talking to a lot of folks about that need. We want to support that, but we want to do this in a smart and safe way.
We have reached out to Douglas for comment, but did not hear back. The DOT says they're trying to find cheaper ways to make this 5-mile stretch safer, but that could take months or even years. In the meantime, council members will be going over and looking further into the proposal. Reporting in South Spokane, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
Well, Spokane has hired a new city administrator. That's the position in charge of overseeing much of the day-to-day operations of the city's various departments. Johnny Perkins comes from San Diego, where he worked most recently as the city's deputy CEO. He's worked in both the private and public sector in fields such as waste management and labor unions. He replaces interim director Scott Simons, who took a job as Spokane County's CEO. Prior to Simons, the administrator was Wes Crago, who left the job abruptly last year under vague circumstances. But Perkins says all the turnover didn't give him any pause about taking this job.
No, it didn't. The one thing that I never shy away from is challenges. I've seen a lot of challenges throughout my career, both on the private and public side. I think we grow from challenges, we learn from challenges, and we take best practices from challenges.
All right, let's talk weather now, shall we? Meteorologist Tom Sherry joining us live here in the studio tonight. Tom, and my goodness, kind of, I guess, not the prettiest of days. A little bit of sleet out there, kind of cold and gloomy, but, clear skies are on the horizon, I guess.
Well, they really are on the horizon. By the time we get to Friday, I think we're going to see some sunshine. In the meantime, we're tracking rain, snow, and isolated thunderstorms tonight. A few showers expected tomorrow, especially south of us and east of Spokane, and then mostly sunny skies expected Friday. And then our next round of showers looks like they may arrive Sunday evening. Take a look at the current temperature, 42 degrees now in Spokane, well below. We should be at about 52 for this time of evening. Wind is out of the south-southeast. southeast at 8 miles per hour. Radar shows quite a bit of rain still across the Spokane area. Not so much out in central Washington, where we did see highs today climb into the 60s. And then, of course, you've got snow falling in some of the northern mountainous areas of northern Idaho. And even some of the valleys are seeing some wet snow, but it's not actually sticking as of yet. But it will later on tonight. Again, that's a close-up view. Showers across most of Spokane to the north and to the south of us as well. Day planner forecast calling for an overnight low of 33 degrees. We'll see a high tomorrow of 51, pretty close to where we should be. And again, I don't think it'll be nearly as wet as what we've seen today. I'm always looking ahead to the weekend, and it looks pretty good too. I've got 58 degrees on Saturday. Sunday, we'll look for a daytime high of 61. As I mentioned before, showers developing Sunday night into Monday. The rest of your 10-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Looking forward to that, Tom. Thank you very much. In just 1 week, more people in Washington will be eligible for the vaccine. Starting March 31st, the state will advance to phase 1B, tiers 3 and 4. People who meet certain criteria will be able to make appointments, receive either of their first dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine or the 1-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Tiers 3 and 4 will include anyone 60 years old or older, anyone 16 and over with 2 or more comorbidities, people, staff, and volunteers in congregate living settings such as prisons, group homes, and homeless shelters, and high-risk critical workers in congregate settings like restaurants, food services, and construction.
And locally here in Spokane, according to the Spokane Regional Health District, 40 providers in Spokane County are getting vaccines weekly. Right now, there are currently 109 providers enrolled. For more on vaccines in eastern Washington and northern Idaho, just text vaccine to 509-448-2000.
A new study finds that it is rare to get COVID-19 after being vaccinated. However, it can happen. California researchers looked at more than 36,000 healthcare workers who had received at least 1 dose of either the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. 379 people tested positive for COVID-19. The majority of the cases happened within the first 2 weeks after that first dose. Well, earlier today, Idaho Governor Brad Little announced that those 16 and older in the state with an underlying condition would be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine on March 29th. And then on April 5th, all Idahoans ages 16 and up will be eligible for the vaccine. But what does this mean for colleges and universities in North Idaho and their decisions on bringing students back to the classroom? Ian Smay with the KREM 2 vaccine team live in the newsroom tonight with reaction from local educational leaders. Ian?
Yeah, shortly after Governor Little's announcement, the Panhandle Health District said those 16 and up can start setting vaccine appointments immediately. I reached out to leaders with North Idaho College and the University of Idaho to find out how this impacts their campuses. Leaders at North Idaho College are excited about the news.
We want our students and our employees to have every opportunity to get the vaccine should they want to. And so it's exciting to be able to relay that information to our students and our employees that these are going to be available sooner than we thought.
For now, Harris says the college will focus on educating students and faculty about where they can get the vaccine. There could potentially be a vaccine clinic on campus in the future.
Obviously, we would be open to partnerships with Panhandle Health. We work closely with them here. So if that was an opportunity, I think we would definitely jump on it.
Down at the University of Idaho in Moscow, vaccine drives will continue as new people are eligible.
So we have been doing the vaccination clinics for each age group as they have come through, and we'll continue to do that as they roll out. Because we do have large event spaces and we have been able to use a space in our recreation center, it works out really nice.
U of I Director of Communications Jody Walker says the university has been successful at keeping positivity rates on par with the city as a whole, and added that no instances of case transmission have been traced back to a classroom.
Of course, we are thrilled to see the vaccination schedule move up. We were really hoping that we'd be able to help our students get vaccinated before they head home for summer, and it looks like we're going to be able to do just that.
Now, Harris says North Idaho College has done hybrid classes throughout the pandemic, and that the vaccine getting rolled out is one part of bringing more and more students back to in-person learning. Meanwhile, over at U of I, Walker says the university has been in person the entire year, and that this could help the university return to instruction as it was held before the pandemic next semester. In the newsroom, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
Ian, thank you very much. Well, it is an exciting time to be a Zag and a Zag fan. They take on Creighton in the Sweet 16 tip-off this Sunday at 11:10 a.m. This is the Zags' 6th straight season they have made it to the Sweet 16. You can catch the game live right here on KREM 2. Still ahead tonight, we take you to Shoreline, Washington. That's where Corey Kispert's high school coaches are watching him with pride as he advances to the Sweet 16 with Gonzaga. We have that story coming up after the break.